You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Tuesday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby. You have an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
When it overheats, do you get the little warning on the screen that's like,
Dude,
hey,
that's happened so much lately with how hot it is. I was driving on the weekend, actually, and I had to throw my phone in the glove box for like a half an hour just to let it cool down.
That's smart. Put it in the glove box somewhere out of direct heat, somewhere where it can dissipate a little bit and cool off. That's a good call. Different tech watchdog outlets have had to release statements telling people to stop putting their iPhones in the refrigerator.
People are so stupid.
Yeah, apparently this was spread on TikTok as a viral cooling hack. Hey, if your phone is overheating, if it feels hot or if it's giving you the warning message, just put it in the phone for 5 to 10 minutes and you're back in the game.
Yeah, just throw it in water too. Why not?
And people, they're saying, there's this company called Protect Your Bubble, which is like home consumer safety or whatever.
Okay.
And they're like, when you put electronics from a high temperature to a low temperature, it can crack circuits. It can really warp the battery. Like, you are doing terrible things to your phone. Even if it doesn't break or blow up, it will have long-term effects. You'll have to buy a new phone sooner.
I understand why this blew up. I think everybody's trying to keep everything cool right now. So.
That's the thing, man. I mean, these heating hacks. The only one that I've seen that we tried, have you seen the ones where they've got the Amazon or Walmart, the little fan that you can put at the foot of your bed and they sell the PVC piping?
Oh, to go into your blanket?
Redirect it into your blankets. We tried that one because we actually have one of those fans and I could 3D print the little pipes. But then we realized we're a 2-blanket family, like a 2-blanket master bedroom.
So just split the blankets?
It just went right down the middle and no one got the cool air.
Just Moses parting the seas?
You basically got to hear the wind in your ears.
The one that actually does work, when I lived in a crappy apartment years ago, is if you take a bucket of water, cold water, ice water, and put it in front of the fan, that does actually work. When I was in the kitchen, this dude had a great one. Froze his bandana, would just put it in the walk-in for a bit.
Yeah.
And not full frozen, but then you put it on your head and it keeps you nice and cool.
Didn't you used to be a boxers in the freezer guy?
100%.
Do you still do it?
Not as much anymore because we actually have a good AC unit in the house.
You haven't had to resort to that yet?
But I used to. You take your boxers maybe an hour and a half before you go to bed.
Yeah.
You just damp them up a little bit, throw them in the freezer. And someone's going to be like, they're gross. They're clean.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And then you throw them on and oh, dude, so nice and cold.
And like you said, not full frozen because you're not trying to pull out ice cold solid board shorts.
Oh, yeah. And you're not having sex because the shrinkage is real, dude. Once those things go on, you're straight to bed, all right?
Who's having sex in this heat anyway?
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You like chips as much as the next guy. How do you feel
sure.
about tortilla chips?
Yeah, love them, yeah.
What if they tasted like licking a battery?
Please tell me that's not a real thing.
Oh, no, that is absolutely a real thing. There is a Dutch company that makes chips called Rewind that is launching a new flavor of corn tortilla chips called electric 9-volt battery.
Huh.
And literally the purpose of the chip is that they are meant to simulate the taste you would get if you held a 9-volt, the square rectangular, batteries, to your tongue, and you got that little...
So if you want to relive your childhood...
If you want to relive some trauma... I've been reading, some people, because they've sent out, samples to Dutch media and stuff like that, and apparently it's a sharp, acidic flavor... similar to a salt and vinegar, but not as tasty.
Who's the spokesperson for this, Beavis and Butthead?
It's just one of those things that, why did we all try that? Why did we all at some point, someone's older brother or someone's cousin, it's you ever put a battery to your tongue? It'll, set your whole body on fire. It feels like you're getting shocked. And then we all just were well, I have to try that now.
Yeah.
And it's a universal experience. You grew up in Milton, Ontario. I grew up in Hay River, Northwest Territories. 12 years between us, and we both did the same thing.
I feel like there's a lot of stuff especially with getting shocked that kids tried. I remember being at a kid's house when we were 7 years old, and he stuck a fork in the electrical socket because we just wanted to see what would happen.
That's the thing, man, is like TV and movies and stuff tells us that it's really bad for you. But for some reason as a kid, you're like, well, it can't be that bad.
Sometimes you got to F around and find out and have your parents yell at you after,
right.
you know?
Somebody has to short out the electronics in the house by trying or sticking like a knife into the toaster. Maybe you're like, toast got stuck in there and you're like, I know they say I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to try. And then
I mean, I remember being very specifically told, don't put tinfoil in the microwave. And you're like, oh, but why?
Yeah, well, I need to see for myself.
One of the greatest fireworks shows I've ever seen in my entire life.
Could last a little longer.
Yeah.
It would be nice for it to last a little longer before everything goes to hell. Or, you know what's another one? Did you ever try and jump off the trampoline and see if you could stay in the air a little longer than gravity intended?
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard you say, but yes,
yeah,
I had 100% did that.
It's absolutely
taking
dumb.
like a pillowcase over you thinking you were going to parachute.
Dude, a buddy of mine, when I was in like grade 5, had a backyard trampoline, and we were very often left unsupervised, and one day we wanted to see if that whole Mary Poppins thing with the umbrella actually worked.
It's crazy because one kid thought it was a good idea, and the rest of the kids were like, let's watch this guy just absolutely eat it.
Yeah. Or, you know, if you had real friends, they grabbed something else and you all jumped at the same time so you could suffer together.
If you guys all rode the same bus together, it probably makes sense, you know?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We've got friend of the show, Sebastian, on the phone. What was an experiment you tried when you were a youngster?
Well, you know, it's the good old steel popsicle that we all tried in the schoolyard. We all got there at this, you know. We know where it led to, and it was not going to be a good time, but we all had to stick our tongue on that pole, right? To see if,
movie, A Christmas Story, is responsible for so many kids getting their tongues stuck to frozen things.
Actually, I saw Dumb and Dumber before I saw A Christmas Story, but same idea. It's just like, okay, I know that they're saying this is going to happen, but like, I have to try it for myself.
We all have that in our Lloyd in us that had to put our tongue on that pole, right?
If it wasn't you, there's at least one dumbass kid in your friend group that was bullied into trying it.
Oh, definitely, and we kept only putting our tongue on dumber things as we get older.
That is painfully accurate.
Well, have a good day, boys.
Yeah, you too. Someone else texted, and I totally just forgot about this, is setting Axe body spray on fire or using it as a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Dude, when you learn that any sort of aerosol can becomes an instant flamethrower, that's a game changer as a kid.
Yeah, I remember someone tried it we had like a little like concourse area in our school up by our lockers, and someone was like, yo, do you guys want to see this? And they tried it just as a teacher came through. Damn, dude, they almost put the whole school on lockdown.
Well, even realizing that you could spray it on your arm and then, like, light your arm on fire, and as long as you, like, patted it out, like, within 10 seconds... Dude, so much stuff with fire. Like, I had a pyro phase. We realized that, remember those little oxy pads?
Okay.
That you use for acne?
Yeah.
Those you could put in your palms and set on fire, and you could, like, walk around like a magician.
What?
Oh, yeah, man.
The only one I can think of that's fire-related is when you would try and catch somebody not paying attention, you light, like, the fuzz of their sock on fire so it would, like, roll up. Or there was jeans you could get people with, too, if there was, like, particularly kind of, I don't know what the word is, but fuzzy jeans.
It was dangerous hanging around the Italian kids that I hung out with growing up, because if you set their socks on fire, it would get their whole leg with the leg hair, man.
Get up to the leg hair, and then now it's a 5-alarm fire. The authorities are involved.
We've got Rob on the phone. Rob, what's something you experimented with as a kid?
And in this case, it was peeing against a electrical fence that they had surrounding the cattle in their paddocks. So yes, you know, I think I was probably 8 or 9 years old, and we only did that once.
I did it once when I was like 12 at my buddy's farm, and it's what I've always thought chlamydia probably feels like.
It'll straighten you right up. It does.
It's a realization that you shouldn't put your thing in places that it shouldn't be, you know?
That is a fact.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast. Is it real? Is it fake? Do we even care? Let's find out.
So I feel like an idiot. Yesterday, I learned that a lamb and a sheep are the same thing. A lamb is just a baby sheep.
Yeah.
And then I went down this rabbit hole of just learning other baby names for other animals. So
The good news is you took a moment that made you feel bad, and now it's educational.
Well, and since I felt like an idiot, I want to see if I can make you feel like a little goofy here.
Okay.
We're gonna play Real or Fake Baby Animals Edition here. All
Okay.
right. So I had people text in fake baby animal names. Let's see if you can figure out which ones are the real ones, which ones are the fake ones. First, we will start with salmon. Baby salmon is called a smolt.
A smolt? That sounds made up, but usually I'll say real. Usually you like to start with a real one
That
to
is a
get
real
things
one.
going.
That
A
is real.
smolt?
Next, a cockroach. Baby cockroach is known as a nymph.
A nymph? No, a nymph is something else.
No.
Really?
A cockroach, actually a grasshopper, any insect that undergoes incomplete metamorphosis is a nymph.
I don't like. So
Doesn't
what's-
have the O on it, so it's
I
not
was
as
gonna
greasy as you
say,
think it
how
is.
do those two things tie together?
Baby hamsters are known as Hamiltons.
They absolutely are not.
That is fake.
But I kind of want to call them that now.
Baby swans are known as flappers.
Flappers? No, I think that's like a lady in the 50s. I don't think that's a swan.
No, they are known as
What?
flappers, yes.
A flapper.
Baby raccoons are known as rascals.
God, they should be. But are they? I'm going to say no.
That is fake.
That one fits, though. They are a bunch of rascals.
Baby beavers are known as cooters. Real or fake?
I feel like this is a trap, so I'm going to say fake.
That is fake.
Okay.
Baby oysters are known as spats.
Spats. I think I've heard that. Real?
That is real.
That one I've heard before.
Baby pigs are known as shoats.
Shoats? Oh, maybe heard that too?
That is
real.
true. That is true.
Yeah.
Baby rhinos known as a knuckle.
As a knuckle? I don't feel comfortable with that. No, I'm going to say no.
That is fake.
That's fake. Okay, we're on a roll now.
And final one here. The mosquito.
Okay.
Baby known as a wriggler.
Ugh. A wriggler?
Yeah.
If you'd have said like a baby worm was a wriggler, I might have. But I don't like the feel of that word in my mouth. I'm gonna say fake.
That is real.
A wriggler?
A wriggler,
I don't know. Hard R, too much.
So, yeah, I was going to say, it feels aggressive. Like, if you see one of those little babies, get these goddamn wrigglers out of here.
No, you got to be like in your mid 70s on a porch swing to say it like that.
You got to watch your tone on that one. Seriously.
This is the Brock and Delby Podcast.
Apparently, there is an ice cream company in New York City that has been putting signs up all throughout the city looking for people to taste test their ice cream, and you'll never believe what flavor it is. Breast milk.
Really?
Yes.
Now, hang on. Sorry. Did you specify it's the flavor or the base?
That's the thing. It is just flavored is breast milk.
Okay.
There is apparently no breast milk in the ice cream itself.
I'm trying to figure out which is worse for like, I want to eat breast milk ice cream. Because there are people who will tell you, and I mean, obviously it's somewhat true. There's a lot of nutrients in breast milk.
Sure.
It's for feeding and raising children. So there's an argument that people will make that like, I want breast milk because it's really good for me. But if you're just in it for the flavor, does that say something?
Yeah, the flavor makes it a little bit more weird, but then at the same point, if it was actual breast milk, like how are they doing that? Do they have like a bunch of ladies set up like how cows are in farms?
Right. Is there someone going through the milking process at that point to help make
How would
the
you
ice
get paid
cream?
at that point? Do you like have to fill a quota?
Right. You're being paid per bucket?
There's really not a good way to look at it. Either way, it's weird. But
Every situation involving breast milk ice cream is probably questionable. But I do think just the flavoring is also weird.
I mean, it would be funny if they did like the old Coke or versus Pepsi kind of test, and they're like, here's like your Ben and Jerry's. Here's breast milk. Which one did you think was better?
Oh, no. That's the real stuff. That's the breast milk for sure.
Dude, if you're testing ice cream and going, I know which one you like better already.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
It's time for Brock and Dalby's draft.
All right, everybody is trying to beat the heat right now. So we're going to do a draft of places that have the best air conditioning.
You know what we're talking about because there are just certain places you'll go out of your way to go on a real hot day just for the air conditioning, regardless of what service they may offer.
I got first pick here.
Again.
And I think in the AC draft, you have to go with the grocery store in at number one.
That was my first overall pick, too. That's the easy one. There's just, that gust of air, especially if your grocery store has the automatic sliding doors where it just whoosh.
And very specifically, if you can get into a Costco and you go into like the little vegetable room there.
The produce room. Or even just in your average grocery store. Oh, I just have to really dig into the ice cream cooler here. Let me just open it up and reach right in
Yeah,
there.
be like Mole Man at the Quickie Mart. Get lost in there.
If I can't have grocery store, then I want to take movie theater with my first overall
Good pick, yeah.
It's somewhere you can go that is going to be super temperature controlled. It has snacks.
It's
it has
dark,
entertainment.
too.
You could take a nap if you really wanted to. And not that I ever would. And I'm certainly not encouraging anyone to do this. But you go to the first movie of the day, and then you just don't leave. You just stay there.
A lot of those movie theaters now have the comfy chairs, too. You can recline in.
Right. There's reclining chairs. There's shaking chairs. The movie theater's a great place to beat the heat.
Coming in at number two, I'm going to go beer store.
Damn.
Beer store, they have to keep it cold.
Yeah.
And as soon as you walk in, you feel it. You know you're going to get some cold beers too, so it's like a win-win situation on top of that.
That's just it. And then again, literally any kind of liquor store where you can walk into the cold beer room. You've already got the AC in the regular room to keep like the employees okay. But that cold room where the beers are, that's the good stuff.
Yeah, you get to chill yourself as you grab a couple cold frothy ones as well. Yeah,
You've never been more choosy about the beer you're going to drink.
100%.
For my number two, this one's a little more pricey than most of the ones on the list, but there's just something about hotel air conditioners, like the big industrial unit hanging from the window that drops the temperature of the room down to like 4 degrees Celsius.
I will say, even as someone who likes white noise when they sleep, hotel ACs are the perfect white noise.
It hits just the right pitch, and that, again, you can be like, especially if it's like a motel entry style, like from the parking lot, and you throw that door open and you just get hit from the heat behind you to the AC of the room. It'll melt you like a puddle.
Coming in at number three, this is a very rare occurrence. You don't see them very often, but I am going to go with the fancy porta potties with the AC units in them. Because shout out to all my tradies out there. Bless you your hearts having to be in those porta potties right now. But one time I went to a festival where we paid to have like a shower and stuff there. And the porta potties in there had the AC units, and it makes such a difference where you can actually enjoy yourself for a second when you're doing business.
I think my only thing with that pick is if you walk into a porta potty that has the air conditioning, it is a game changer, but it's still not somewhere I want to spend a lot of time. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, for everyone who has to spend time in a porta potty, if you had a fan in there, it makes such a difference. You know?
I'll go to a movie theater to beat the heat. I'm not like, man, I am hot. Where's the nearest porta potty?
If you put a porta potty with an AC unit on any job site right now, the fellas are going to be hanging out in there all day long. I guarantee you.
My third pick, I'm going to go with the gym. The gym's got the fans moving, the air's good, the AC's on. And you can spend, again, it's about being able to stay out of the heat for as long as possible. I can put 5-6 podcasts, open up Netflix, whatever I want to do, get on an exercise bike and just gently move my legs at like 1K an hour and just be like, I'm really getting my calories
That's the
in
fattest
today.
thing you've ever said in your entire life.
I've said much fatter, but I stand by this. If I don't have AC at home, all I need to do is pay for the drop-in rate.
Yeah.
Pay the drop-in rate. I can go lay on the yoga mats for a little while. I can get on the bike. I can switch it up. I can put in an 8-hour shift with Jim AC.
You can be the best before photo of all time.
Absolutely.
My picks for best for AC is a grocery store in at number 1. I got beer store in at number 2, and a very rare occurrence, but the porta potty with the AC unit in it at number 3.
I've got movie theater at number 1. I've got hotel air conditioning at number 2, and for me, also a very rare occurrence, the gym.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Damn, I caught another L this morning. I'm man enough to admit it. Victory! For you in the AC draft here.
You were talking about how this was the fattest thing that I said, but a lot of texts were like, I think I'm going to go to the gym the next time the AC cuts out.
I do got to ring the shame bell on both of us, though. Shame. Neither of us said hockey arena.
I honestly, when I was putting my picks together there before the draft started, I thought for sure you're the hockey kid. I was like, I'm not even going to put it on my list.
I don't know. I didn't think about it. In Milton, we always used to go into the arena to cool off because it was right by the skate park there. Like, you can just hang out in there. Nobody's there right now. Like,
and I mean, yeah, when they get some of those big fans and blowers going, it's nice and chill in there.
Some other underrated picks that we overlooked here, the Mall.
Mall's a good one. Mall didn't make my list because Mall... You can go and not spend any money, but you're probably going to want to spend some money.
I mean, you can just old-timer it and just take laps, right?
I think that's the other problem, though, is if I get to the mall and I start walking, I'm already 41. I already feel very old. I don't need to feel older.
I mean, you talk about spending money. Someone did say the casino. They always do keep the casinos cold.
Oh, casino is the perfect temperature because they want you there for as long as the lighting is perfect, the mood music, the noise, everything about a casino is perfect. So that you don't take your money somewhere else.
And then finally, the other one I didn't even think about, doctor's office was texted in a lot. They keep doctor's offices like ice cold.
That's true. Although if you're in the waiting room without an appointment, someone eventually is going to ask why you're here. What brings you here today?
I will say they don't need to keep the doctor's office that cold. As someone who recently had to have their boys looked at.
A little heat might help.
Yeah, crank up the heat a little bit just for show, you know?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
There's a great Florida man story about a guy beating up some other guy on a golf course because he was playing too slow. The headline specifically is Florida man arrested after punching golfer because he was playing too slow. And I was thinking we got to do some bad puns here this morning.
Well, and these ones tend to write themselves. I mean, some of the obvious ones like Florida man arrested after punching golfer because he was playing too slow. Witnesses say he drove him straight down the middle.
Well played.
Thank you.
Well played. Florida man arrested after punching golfer because he was playing too slow. As far as I can tell, this guy's going to be worrying about his own bunker in the future.
Florida man arrested after punching golfer. I'm still stuck as far as I can tell. It's so good.
You like that one?
Florida man arrested after punching golfer because he was playing too slow. The man was apprehended after a medium-speed cart chase down the 18th fairway.
Florida man arrested after punching golfer because he was playing too slow. There's no ifs, ands, or puts. This guy's guilty.
Florida man arrested after punching golfer because he was playing too slow. His friends say it was no surprise. He'd been hitting hooks all afternoon.
Florida man arrested after punching golfer because he was playing too slow. Sounds like he was having a rough time, but then again, as a Florida man, that is par for the course.
Got one more. Florida man arrested after punching golfer because he was playing too slow. He says he only teed off on his victim a few times, but everybody knows golfers lie about their scores.
I was trying to think about a teed off one. I couldn't figure it out. All right, I got one more.
Okay.
Florida man arrested after punching golfer because he was playing too slow. I wonder what his handicap is. You get it?
I get it.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
All right. We've got $100 in Lotto Max tickets for Dante's recorder this morning.
$65 million Lotto Max draw tonight. 8 Max Millions. I never want to get so old that this bit isn't funny.
It never will.
It's so funny to me.
We've got 3 callers on the line. If they all fail and suck, then we will keep taking more callers. And once again, be mindful. This is a 8-year-old kid.
This is a child. Before you say anything too mean,
playing the recorder, all right?
It is a child.
And you just need to tell us the song and the band. All right, we'll start on line 1 here. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin. All right, my man. Here is Dante's recorded cover. What song and band is that?
I think I'm going to be the first one to fail and suck, bud.
Got nothing?
Nothing.
All right, take care, buddy. Okay, that's 1 down.
That's good. This is a good start.
Caller number 2, what's your name?
George.
George. All right, here is Dante's recorded cover. What do you got?
It's Fish Tweezer.
It is not Fish Tweezer.
Fish Tweezer?
You got a very cool dad, by the way. I'll say that, young man. Take care, buddy. We go to line 3. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, guys, it's Chris.
Chris. All right, here's Dante's recorded recorder cover. What is that?
I'm going to say Walk, Pantera.
Damn right
Hell
it is.
yeah!
That kid could smash that thing, man.
I told you, man. He's been ripping it all summer, dude. Might be the coolest cover of Walk I've ever heard in my entire life. They need to teach kids that in school.
Yeah.
All right, since you were smart enough to figure out Dante's recorded cover, if you do win the big jackpot tonight with your $100 in Lotto Max tickets, got some nickels and dimes for the fellas over here?
I think we go walk something your way.
Hell yeah!
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Send us a text. 762-555.
I did not realize we were on. That scared the hell out of me.
All right, let's get her going. 762-555. Got a decent amount of questions coming in here. Someone said, in your opinion, when you're at the bar, what's the best shot to take?
You know what? I like to just do tequila.
I'd say the same thing. If we're going to do a shot, let's just do a shot.
Right, like I know some people who like scotch. You can maybe talk me into that.
What's the worst shot to take, I guess, is the better question.
Anything with hot sauce or curdled milk?
I'd say this. If you don't like tequila, put a little bit of Tabasco in there.
Oh.
It makes the prairie fire, makes it go down a little bit easier.
I won't do it. Because, I mean, everybody knows when it's your birthday, if you're out at the bar, get him a prairie fire. He has to take that shot. I won't do it. You will waste your money if you buy me a prairie fire. I am old enough to know better.
That was the first drink I ever bought Courtney. How romantic is that?
A prairie fire.
I asked her, I said, what do you want to drink? She said, get around a prairie fires, and then just dump Tabasco in there, and I was just fell in love.
That was your smitten in that moment. Yeah, that was dominating. That's what she did there. She set the tone for your relationship in that moment.
That's our relationship. What's another one here? Someone said, what's the worst place to be when you got to drop a mud monkey?
First of all, hate that phrasing. I would say it's probably, you know what? On like a crowded bus or train, like public transit.
Ooh, even worse, back of a cop car.
Back of a cop car. You know what? If I'm in the back of a cop car, it's either for a ride along where I can ask, officer, please pull over. I have to use the restroom. Or I'm already in trouble. I'm just going to go.
Oh, you're going to have a nightmare night.
I'm going to make a mess back
You
here.
make a mess? They're going to deal with you accordingly when you get back to the cop shop. That's for sure.
Yeah, nice fresh shower when we get there. That'll be good.
Someone said, if a king was to sentence you to death, how would you want to die?
Ooh, something quick. Maybe,
guillotine?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe beheading. Because you're laying there in the guillotine or whatever. Your head's down. You don't see it coming, and then just the lights turn off. Unless it's not well maintained, in which case that would be awful.
Yeah, you
If
get a rusty blade.
It just cuts you real bad, but didn't finish the job.
Or I was going to say if, like, they did something where, like, they overfed you.
Oh.
Because if you were, like, maybe a peasant or something in those times, at least you could go out with a bang.
I was going to say, I didn't realize that was an option. I think the worst one when I see, like, those old-timey punishments and stuff would be the old drawn and quartered, where they tie you to the 4 horses and send them in different directions.
Oh, God, yeah.
No, thank you.
But imagine the release of, like, your back pain for half a second.
It's like the rack, like when they stretch you out on the rack.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm sure it hurts, but there's probably one glorious moment where everything just feels right, and then you die.
All right, final one here. Someone said, what's the most convincing reason you can think of why aliens have not contacted us yet?
They can see our news broadcasts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, that's the thing, right? If we are of the belief, and I am, that aliens can travel through space and they can come to our planet, that means they can observe us. They wouldn't just drop down and be like, we're here. They would want to see what we're all about. And I've seen what we're all about, and I don't want to talk to anybody either.
Yeah, and they've also realized that everybody's way too into butt things now.
Right?
Yeah.
All they wanted to do was perform some simple medical procedures, and we made a whole thing about it.
They're so worried about sticking a finger up there now.
The Brock and Dobby Podcast.
Ed's word of the day.
See what he's got.
Good morning. Yeah, today's word is erudite. Yeah, erudite. E-R-U-D-I-T-E. Erudite. And it's possessing knowledge gained by studying. Well, I guess that's what I'm doing right now. I would not have known that word if I wasn't studying.
There you go.
Anyways, that just about does it. Have a great one. Cheers.
I want to see if you got the pronunciation right.
Erudite.
Close enough.
Close.
Erudite, which, as some people would say, that Ed's word of the day is an erudite conversation that we have at the end of every show where we all learn something together.
Mm-hmm.
Or we don't. I guess it doesn't always necessarily happen.
Yeah. Or, I mean, if you have, like, someone who, like, acts... We all have that one friend who pretends like they read books and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Call them an erudite.
You've been pretending to erudite way too much lately, and I've had enough of the attitude.
There's nothing worse than somebody who watches Joe Rogan clips online and then tries to spew them out into the world.
Listen, buddy, we're all just here having a beer watching the hockey game, and if you're going to walk in and erudite all over the room, you can take it somewhere else.
If you're that kind of guy, you're an erudite. That's what you are. Erudite. Use it wherever you can, all right?
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby Podcast.